Hey everyone, this is a continuation of my previous tutorial video. You can also check out my playlist, which goes extensively to field tactics and formation styles. What's great about Gunner Heat PC is that it's a great introduction to tanks while balancing out game mechanics and simulation. However, getting to this game can be a little bit intimidating if you're new to the whole armored fighting vehicles and if you're not sure where to start. With that said, I do want to give you some tips and advice on how you can start off so that you can be an amazing gunner. And for those who don't know me, my name is Fan Fantasy and I cover tactical and immersive games like Gunner Heat PC. And so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It will mean a lot to support my channel, and you can also join my Discord if you ever need help. So in this video today, I do want to give you, at least in my opinion, my top missions for beginners that are easy to do. Not only will they be easy, but they will teach you some basic mechanics of the game and some fire control systems of certain vehicles. Some of them can be a bit of a challenge, but hey, it doesn't hurt to be challenged. Gunner Heat PC is one of those games that you can always replay and test and see if you're getting a hang of the tanks and the game itself. I'm going to be covering most of the available fighting vehicles in the game, so let's get started. And there's no particular order, but the first mission I do recommend is Abrams Alley in the Eastern Hills map. Pretty straightforward with the name, it's a good introduction to Gunner Heat PC and the M1 Abrams. In this mission, you'll play as a single M1 Abrams. You'll be practicing to shoot static targets as well as moving targets. You'll be moving throughout the mission to search for enemy targets. Make sure to listen to your tank commander for hints. But really, this mission will allow you to practice lasing your targets and to get accurate shots. You can expect some long-range engagements from about 1,000 to 2,500 meters. There are lighter targets like the BRDMs, BTRs, and even the older T-55 tanks, which can knock you out if you're not careful. But I highly recommend this mission as a good introductory mission to Gunner Heat PC. Plus, the Abrams is a good starter tank to play as. You'll also learn how to reload and restock your ammo at certain crucial points, which is vital for any tank missions. The second one on my list for NATO tanks is Momentous Manic. This is a fairly simple and linear mission. It's a good introductory to controlling different platoons and sections in Gunner Heat PC. You'll also get a good introductory to the M2 Bradley platform. In this mission, you'll move into a battle position, then you'll be tasked to control the next platoon, which is the M2 Bradleys, into the main objective. Overall, it's a good intro mission to controlling different platoons and sections and taking up a good firing position. It's also one of those missions that will teach you to move and to cover, such as learning a support by firing position and covering. Expect some PC targets as well as the T-55s and make sure to scan for ATGMs. The third mission that I recommend is Bumbling Baboons in Point Alpha. You can play this mission as NATO forces with the M60A3s or the Red 4 as the T72 M1s. Firstly, with the M60A3s, it can be a little tricky to shoot with it, even though the A3 does have a laser rangefinder and thermals, but it's always good to practice with it. As NATO forces, you'll be attacking an objective where the enemy is expecting you, but you'll also be moving as a company of tanks. You can expect targets to be at a medium range. Make sure to make good use of formations, as I'll help you to get more firepower down the range, so make sure you do know them. Aside from that, this is a good mission to get used to the M60A3 fire control system. The mission does have a Red 4 side, which allows you to control the T-72s. By playing this as the Pact, you'll get to practice medium range shots against moving M60 targets, and you can test it out to see if you are a deadly hunter with it. Depending on how good you are, you can finish this mission in less than 5 minutes. If you want to test out your long-range skills with the M60A3, I highly recommend the long-range mission. It is a legacy mission in the Point Alpha map. It's also a good introductory to navigating through night missions. This is a fairly easy and short mission where you use your M60A3 to snipe long-range targets. It's also satisfying to get kills from almost halfway across the map. Now onto the M60A1 Passive Rise, which doesn't use thermals or laser rangefinder. I highly recommend the mission Lethgaric Liberty in North Fields. In this mission, you'll control the A1s, and not only will you be familiar with the fire control systems, you get to learn how to use terrain to your advantage here, such as applying berms and maneuvering in open areas. You'll also need to set up a hasty defensive position by making good use of platoon formations. Now onto some Red 4 focused missions. The next mission is Flank Fiasco. It should be a fairly simple mission to get used to the fire control systems of the T-72s. Attached with you is a platoon of BMPs. Make sure to utilize spacings and formations. In this mission, you'll conduct an attack on the enemy flank, and once you do that, you can expect retreating targets and a counterattack on your position, which is a good way to practice moving targets with the T-72s. It's mainly short and medium range, and you'll be fighting against some M60A1s and some M13s. Once you think you're familiar with the T-72's fire control systems, highly recommend trying out Jolly Joust as a good challenge to test your skills and reactions with the tank. Targets can range from short to medium, and I recommend this because you'll learn how to attack with other platoons and sections, and you'll be fighting against some well-ready M60 A3s, some of which are hulled down, which can be dangerous if you're not careful. Once again, I highly recommend utilizing formations, as it will help to get more firepower down the range. Expect this mission to be a good challenge to apply your T-72 skills. The next mission, which is an all-in-one mission for Red 4, is IFV Incident and Point Alpha. You can utilize any of the 3 available vehicles, the T-55s, the BMPs, and the T-72s. I highly recommend this mission if you want to get used to the T-55s and the BMPs, which can be a lot harder to get used to. You can even practice your shots with the Yuka missiles, or you can practice your gunnery skills with the T-55s. This is a defensive mission, so you don't have to worry about other units and platoons. You can expect enemy M60s and M2 Bradleys that will advance towards your position. Overall, this is a good and short mission to start off if you want to be familiar with the packed vehicles. If you want a good challenging mission for the BMPs, I recommend the Arduous Advance mission. You can expect some short to medium range targets, and in this mission you'll have to wait out for the BRDMs to recon the area and to tell you where exactly the enemy position is at. Your main objective is to distract the enemy so that the main force, which consists of the BTRs and mech infantry, to reach their objective. You will need to be careful as you advance, as the enemies do have a tank and ATGM teams, so make good use of formations and artillery support. As a good bonus, if you really want a good challenge to test your gunnery skills and familiarity with the game and some tank tactics, I highly recommend Silver Dart. In this mission, you'll play as a section of M1 Abrams. You can expect a sizable enemy force that's coming to your way. This mission will help you to learn not to overexpose your tank towards the enemy, which means not staying in one place for too long. So I highly recommend that you make good use of terrain. Make sure to maneuver and jockey your tank. If you haven't seen my video that will help you to improve, check out my jockeying video, which will help you in your future engagements. Sometimes it's easy to stick to one position that you're too comfortable with, but that can be dangerous, especially if you want to survive. But make sure you learn how to jockey and maneuver around. If you're able to finish this mission without a loss, then it's pretty satisfying. And that's it for my list. Again, this is my own recommendation, and I really hope that this video and this list will help you to be a better gunner. And for those who have been playing for some time now, let me know your thoughts and what other missions that you have on your list that you recommend. If you find this video helpful, please share this video to others. And don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe as I cover more Gunner Heat PC. And you can always join my Discord, which is in the link below. You can always ask for help and advice, or if you're looking for fellow gamers and tank enthusiasts. And as always, I'll see you in my next video. Stay blessed.